everyone, I'm going to be giving you guys some study tips today on how to study effectively, and we're going to be dividing this video into two parts. The first part is going to be some general study tips that I have for no matter what subject, what time. During the second half of the video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I usually study for textbooks. Number one, you have to have a good night's sleep. 8 hours of sleep minimum, or 7 hours depending on you. But if you don't have a good night's sleep, you'll feel groggy when you wake up and you won't even be able to focus the entire day. The way I see it, if you don't sleep or have a bad night's sleep, the next day should just be like a rest day, because you won't be able to really study efficiently and your mind will be wandering. You're more likely to procrastinate, to do things you shouldn't be doing because your mind isn't ready for the studying. Secondly, have a clean workspace. A lot of people say that a clean space reflects a clean mind. And also, recently I read a book called Atomic Habits, and inside it says that you should make good habits easy for you and bad habits difficult for you. So say if you have a lot of random things that could distract you on the table, if you have your phone on the table, if you have like a play toy or a snack or something, then that could easily distract you. And it's going to take more motivation to not do those things than if those things were just not on the table in the first place. It would be so much easier for you to focus on what you're supposed to be focusing on. The third thing is one I live by, and that is planning out the day. Some people might think, oh my gosh, you're gonna spend like 30 minutes planning out your day. Isn't that a waste of time? For me, I feel like if you have a clearer structure of what you're gonna do that day, like today or the next day, then you're more likely to follow it and not just do random things that aren't that important at the moment. You can prioritize what you should be doing and how much time you should be spending on all of those tasks, so you won't spend too much time on one task or work on an unimportant task. Some people might like this idea, some people might not. Listening to music. When I'm doing tasks that don't require that much energy, I like listening to music. For example, if I'm reading a textbook, if I'm doing laundry, if I'm cleaning up my room, if I'm just doing like some basic homework, I think it would be okay to listen to music even with lyrics. Just keep it at a low volume. Like I set it at the lowest volume possible so you can basically kind of hear it but not totally, because I feel like it can help you focus more on a mundane task. Because if it's just quiet, I wouldn't feel motivated to do anything. I would just want to stop doing it. Also, be sure to reward yourself. A lot of people like to do the Pomodoro method. I don't think it really works for me because first off, my attention span is pretty short. Sometimes I can't focus for 25 minutes. Sometimes I can focus for a lot longer than that. And also 5 minutes of break time is too short for me. And I know some of you guys might feel the same too. So what I would do is I basically divide tasks into chunks, right? And I have small rewards at the end of each task in different ways. So what I usually do is after I finish something, I allow myself to watch a YouTube video or walk around, get a snack, take a shower or something. For exercise, that's like my ways of rewarding myself. And if it's like an especially big task, I'm gonna take 2 hours off. I'm not joking. I'm gonna go watch a movie or hang out with someone. I'm going to give myself as big of a reward as much as I worked. So that would motivate me, and hopefully it could motivate you too. What I like to do when I study a textbook is, first of all, I'm going to get my stationery supplies, which include a pencil, a highlighter, and a colored pen, according to whatever color theme that I'm going for. Here you can see this is my little palette for the day. It's cute and simple. Next, I check what I need to study, how much I need to study, and as you can see, I have about 40 pages of content today. I always like to use my margins to my best ability, so I usually draw little pictures or graphs or list out some key points in the margins to help me understand the topic better when I'm coming back to review. And it also helps me focus on the topic. So as you can see, currently I'm drawing a little graph for human geography, but graphs also work for economics, statistics, and many more subjects. Another thing I would do is I would underline what I think is important or new information to me. I usually underline a sentence per page. That is more of my style. Last but not least, I use my trusty highlighter to highlight new vocabulary or confusing vocabulary that I always get wrong, and this has helped me a lot. Basically, this is a demo of how I usually study every page, and it's a little bit time consuming, but I feel like it's really worth it because you can retain the information and you don't feel like you're just passively going through content. I also wanted to show you guys how long I typically take to finish textbook reading, and as I've mentioned earlier, this is 40 pages worth of content, and this is real-time studying. After I finish a part and I want to take a break or stop, I fold the page or I keep a tab to make sure I know where I can go to next time.